UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Rodriguez, and I'm going to be giving you my quick predictions for the event. Starting with the prelims, working my way into the main card. Obviously, timestamps are in the description, so if you don't want to see a certain fight, skip ahead, you know what to do. And then obviously like and subscribe, you know the rules. Come on. First, we have Jacqueline Cavalcanti taking on Julia Avila. How did I butcher that? Avila. Don't know why that was so hard. Anyway, Jacqueline's going to be the pick. I'm pretty confident in her. She's the younger woman in this fight. Bet the over rounds, that's going to hit too. She's a better ground game and a better striker. And I think she's going to be moving up in the division here. And I think she is more of the real deal than not. Julia's been away for 3 years. Yes, she is a wrestler. Yes, she has that ability. But man, the ring rust is going to be real. And I just don't think that she's it anymore. Next, we have Don'Tale Mayes versus Valter Walker. Two fatties. I don't know what to do. Don'Tale Mayes, yes, he's the more powerful striker, and I think he's the more deadlier fighter in this matchup. The problem is if you can get him on his back, he has nothing. And Valter Walker, although he's got fraud checked and all that kind of stuff, and I'm not the biggest fan of him or the biggest believer yet, if he takes Don'Tale Mayes down, he has or he can find success. So betting wise, stay away from this fight. Let's just be real. Pick wise, I don't know, man. I'm gonna pick Valter Walker because I believe he can get the takedowns, because we've seen that also in the UFC, and we've also seen Don'Tale Mayes struggle with when he's on the back there. But do not be surprised if Don'Tale as well chins him, okay? So picks and bets are very different, just like obviously we want picks there, say. Picks and bets are very different. So Valter Walker is gonna be the pick. Just stay away from this fight, in my opinion, or just bet the fight does not go the distance. I can see that happening. Vince Morales versus Elijah Smith. Elijah Smith came off the Contender Series, where obviously he got a good win there. And Vince Morales, he did good work on the regional scene, and he's back in the UFC. Gonna pick Elijah Smith. I think his wrestling is going to be too much here. And I've seen some people who are pretty high on him. He is a UFC Contender Series contestant. Be careful. He's not UFC tested yet, and we know Morales is. So I'm gonna pick Elijah because, again, the wrestling could be there. But again, people with UFC experience do very well, as we saw in the co-main event last Saturday with Zhang Weili. Veteran experience does pay off. So I don't know. Be careful with this one. I don't know the odds yet. I think Vince Morales could be a good underdog here because I can imagine Smith being the favorite. But I'm gonna go with Smith. So just be careful. Be careful. Next, Gabriel Bonfim versus Khaos Williams. The pick's going to be Gabriel Bonfim. I'm still a believer of these brothers. I still think they're very dangerous. Good striking, good ground game, good BJJ, all that kind of work. Khaos Williams, very fun fighter, very dangerous as well. He has good striking. But I just think he's slowing down just a little bit, and I think Gabriel Bonfim was going to be able to piece him up. And yes, he is the slightly worse brother, who obviously has got fraud checks. Cardio is a concern of mine. So obviously, if the longer this fight goes, Khaos Williams can go longer. So I'm going to pick Gabriel Bonfim. Don't really know what I'm going to do with the bets yet. Obviously, stay tuned for that video coming out later on this week. And yeah, so Gabriel Bonfim, just be careful though. Next, Rafael Estevam taking on Jesus Aguilar. I'm a big fan of Jesus Aguilar, so this pick is going to be biased. I'm going to pick him. Okay. His guillotine, nasty work. He doesn't actively look for it like Saeed Nurmagomedov does. He finds it. He's position over submission, and he finds the guillotine. And he's deadly on the feet. When he took on Stuart Nickel, I picked him. He won. And I think he can do the same. He has that dog in him. The problem is, though, which is why Rafael is the favorite here, wrestling. Rafael is a very good wrestler, and Jesus can be taken down. That's just what it is. So I'm going to pick Jesus. Don't know what I'm going to do with the bet yet. If you kind of want to be smart, bet the other way here. I think Rafael probably does win, but I'm going to be cheering for Jesus, and then maybe I'll sprinkle something, okay, just for the Hail Mary. But yeah, picks, I don't know, then maybe I do pick Rafael just to keep my pick right, because people got mad at me because I had a bad card last week, even though the week prior I went 9 out of 11 for picks. Blow me, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do Rafael, be safe for the people. But I like Jesus, and I think he could win here for guillotine. You know, he's going to dive in. Oh, fuck it. You know what? No. Jesus is going to be the pick by guillotine. There we go. Next, Jared Gordon versus Fernandes. I like Fernandes. I think he's a very deadly fighter as well. Good KO power, but the problem is he has holes, and he gets hit a lot. Jared Gordon, not really a dangerous striker, so Fernandes doesn't really have to worry about that. Jared Gordon, though, very good wrestler, just kind of getting to the tail end of his career. Gonna pick Jared Gordon. I just think the wrestling's gonna be there for him, and it's kind of 1 + 1 = 2 there. But again, it's Jared Gordon. Be careful. That's all I have to say. And then next, Angela Hill. We all know who she is, and taking on Ketlen Souza, the bowling ball. The problem is, do I bet the bowling ball to catch Angela Hill, which notoriously doesn't really happen? She's very good at staying on the outside. Or do I bet the upset by a 40-year-old woman? Fuck, man. Bet the over round. Realistically, like, what are we doing here? Don't really touch the money line. Bet the over round. I'm gonna go, if I could just make over 2.5 my pick. Game is easy. Let's go Angela Hill by decision. That's what I'm thinking. I think she's going to stay on the outside, avoid the big power. I'm sure Ketlen's going to have moments, but I think the accumulation of the punches and stuff like that, like the jabs that Angela Hill can throw out and being able to avoid the big power coming from Souza is going to be enough here. Sure, Souza could mix in the wrestling here. I don't think so. I think Hill's experienced enough, the veteran savvy in a sense, who's going to be able to keep her safe. She is also the gatekeeper of this division, just like Neil Magny is. So I think that is going to pay off here. Main card time. Connor Matthews versus Jose Delgado. This one, I'm real. I don't know. Connor Matthews. Simple as that. Next, Rodolfo Vieira taking on Andre Petroski. Gonna go with Andre Petroski. Okay, we've all saw that viral knockout where he knocked himself out diving into somebody's hip. We've all seen it. But then we saw right after that, his next fight where he was calm, composed, was able to get the takedowns, grind out a nice decision. He's a very good wrestler and he can mix up the striking too. Yes, again, he is coming to the tail end of his career there where he's getting a little bit older. I think he's like mid to late 30s kind of thing. No, he's probably mid 30s by now. Rodolfo Vieira, same thing. He's a good power puncher. He has the, obviously, wrestling there. He's 10-2, but again, he wants to get it down to the ground and submit you. I think Petroski's experience is going to pay off here, and I think he's a solid underdog. So I don't know. I'm going to pick Petroski. Don't really know what I'm going to do betting-wise yet. That I'm going to figure out probably tonight and then post a video tomorrow or the next day. But Petroski is going to be a solid underdog for me. Next, we have Ismael Bonfim, the better half of these brothers, taking on Nazim Sadykhov. I don't think Nazim's very good. I think Ismael Bonfim is going to win this fight. Again, cardio does worry me, but he has all the tools. He's Brazilian, good BJJ on the ground, wrestling's decent, good takedown defense as well, and then the striking he's very quick at as well. Nazim, what he has going for him is he's tough and he can move forward decently well. It's just, obviously, the one caveat here is, does Bonfim's cardio hold up? My opinion, I think it does, and I think he's a solid picker. Good value, too. So I'm going to pick Bonfim. Just be careful. Nazim is tough, and he is kind of crafty in that kind of sense, but I like Bonfim, and I think he has the ability to get it done. Obviously, Nazim, has power, but let's just ride with the Bonfim. Maybe go for a Bonfim parlay. I don't know yet. Still thinking about it. And next, Edmen Shahbazyan taking on Dylan Budka. Fuck, man. Edmen Shahbazyan is so inconsistent. I want him to be good, and he is good. Look what he did against GM3. But then look what GM3 did to him in the second or third round there. He says, fuck, man, he has no ground game, and he's taken on a wrestler like Dylan Budka. Dylan Budka, not the best, but his wrestling is good. Right? Everything on the feet, I think he's fucking horrible at, to be honest. Edmen's going to have his way. So this fight is going to go one out of two ways. Standing up, Edmen wins all day. He's the far better striker, has the cardio, can piece up Budka on the feet, maybe even find the knockout. If the fight within the first round goes to the ground, Dylan Budka wins. He has the cardio, has good wrestling. Yes, he slows down towards the end, of course, just like most people do, unless you're Marab. Dylan Budka will win the ground game all day here. So, what I'm going to say here is the pick's going to be Edmen, because he should win. He's the better fighter, more experience, all that kind of stuff. Dylan Budka's kind of on a skid right now. But live bet this one. First round, you'll know right away who's going to be winning this. If Edmen gets away on the feet and cuts up Dylan Budka within the first round, easy pick Edmen. But if Dylan Budka shoots a takedown on him and he was easy to get, live bet Dylan all the way. I think he's going to win there. Co-main event, Cavalcanti versus Youssef Zalal. I am very high on Zalal. I think he's probably the lock of the card, and I think he is for most people too. The second coming of what Zalal has been doing within the UFC is phenomenal. It's great stuff. Cavalcanti, he's okay, but the problem is he can suffer against takedowns. We all saw what Aljo did to him, and obviously Aljo is very good, but Cavalcanti, in my opinion, he's a good striker, just a little bit slower. And Zalal, I think he just has momentum right now, and I think that's all kind of what it comes down to. Cater's on a skid right now. I think 1 out of 4 in his last 5. I like Zalal. I just think he's gonna be better everywhere. He's the younger guy. He has more potential. He has momentum building up with him as well. I like that. Main event, Jared Cannonier. We all know who he is. You know, he's fought in, 3 weight classes now. He's taking on somebody like RoboCop. No, I don't know, man. Jared Cannonier has all the tools to be that guy. The problem is what? He's late 30s, 40s now or something like that. Ton of experience, has good knockout power as well. The fight could go long, so I think bet the round lines. I think both guys have over RoboCop 8 minutes, and then Jared Cannonier 13.5 minutes basically. So bet the over 1.5, 2.5. That should hit. Both guys are going to be looking for a knockout. Gregory Rodrigues does get hit a decent amount. And I think, what was his last fight? Yeah, Laurent Duncan. That fight was a little... This is the reason why I'm kind of on the edge here. Duncan put up an okay fight against Rodrigues. I'm going to pick Rodrigues. I think his striking is going to be there. And we all saw Cannonier is at the age now where if he does get hit with a decent shot, he's not going to go out, but he's going to get wobbly. And I think Rodrigues is going to pounce on him, probably get a TKO, probably in the 3rd and 4th again. Once Jared kind of slows down Wills a little bit, Greg is going to be able to find the shot. But man, Cannonier is good. Do not underestimate the veteran savvy here. Anyway, that was the quick predictions. Obviously, like and subscribe. If you like the video, comment your thoughts down below. And let's have a better card than what we did last time. Last event, I think we made only 2 units or something like that, like $200. And yeah, pick-wise, horrible. The round line, though, the round lines saved me. Hands down. The Whaley round line and the main event round line, phenomenal. Chef kiss. Made a bunch of money there, and obviously was able to come back from down in the depths, because obviously Kevin just said sold my parlays, but whatever. That was the video, and I will see you in the best bets.